Hi, welcome to the Accountability Experiment. This video series is two people, myself and my friend Aaron, holding each other accountable to reaching our goals. We've got some bigger goals for ourselves, and these are the real, raw conversations of us holding each other accountable to going after our bigger dreams and missions. And the intention of this channel is one for people to get inspiration from our conversations, and the other goal and vision for this channel is for people to listen to these conversations and say, "Man, I want to go after my goal," and then they reach out on this channel and comment, reach out to me, and we actually have a recorded conversation. We put it up on the channel of defining this person's goals, your goals maybe, and your vision, and the actions you need to take in order to reach your goals. And then we put those conversations here on YouTube for other people to be inspired by your vision and your mission and the things that you want to do in the world. And creating a community of people that are listening and watching and helping each other and reaching out to each other to actually help those dreams come true for each other. So I hope you enjoy the content. I hope you'll see Charlie in the background. He's my rubber chicken. I help empower people to not let fear hold them back and basically not be a chicken. There's a whole bigger there's a bigger, deeper, meaningful story behind Charlie and these little tiny rubber chickens that I give away. Anyways, I've given away about 1,500 and helping people, and part of my mission is to give away 10,000 of these little things. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the channel. I hope you enjoy the episodes. They're raw, they're unedited. They're just real conversations of people going after their goals and the things that come up in life. And I hope they make a difference for you. And if you got any questions, or if you want to be a part of the conversations to reach your goals, reach out and we'll see what we can do. Have a great day. Um, we as humans, myself included, are inherently lazy.
You're one of them.
We're inherently lazy, and we will do so much to save a little bit of time and effort. Like I spent all day Sunday, a lot of time today building this box so on my TV, so I don't have to spend 2 minutes
Yeah,
every 3 weeks moving something just because I don't want to do
right.
it. And so
Just
now,
to lift off the TV, unplug it, and set it down. You just want to have to do that every 2 to 3 weeks.
yeah, so that's just us as lazy human beings. But I also had a good exercise in, like, you know what? I want to do that, and I'm going to do that because I want to do it. And it was just like, I knew I want to do that. And I was like, I know I can do it. I just don't know how or what it's going to take. And like, I know I want to inset it. And, I just
Yeah,
decided.
that's a little scary cutting into a motorhome. I'd be nervous as fuck.
I've seen the inside of those walls before. They're very
Okay.
thin. They're not structural, like, they're not very structural. They're just
Okay.
very like 1x2s and 1x2s and 1x4s. They're just very thin. Um,
Yeah. But I
so
bet when you cut into it, you have to be nervous you didn't cut all the way through.
yeah, well, it goes right through the bathroom now, basically. It literally butts up to the bathroom wall. And I'm gonna have to create a bathroom access panel for me in case whenever I want to take the TV off, like that's where I'm gonna screw it through. Um,
oh no.
so anyways, it was a good exercise. I'm glad I did it. And I'm gonna get some paint and some trim and finish it all up and make it look really nice and stuff. So all right, let's jump into our stuff. I'm gonna jump into yours. Trello, Kid Advocate. 4.2 to 4.7. Let's see, that was last week. So let me share my screen. All right, can you see the can?
That's
Okay. So, all right, so this is last week.
You got your run me through this.
Um, work schedule. Um, didn't follow through. I worked, but no Thursday, no Friday. I checked. You're the one who should be yelling at me. um, there's no Thursday, no Friday. I think green dot it, man. Worked, but didn't check in. So to me, that was not honoring my commitment. Um, I did send my taxes off to the accountant. That was good.
All right.
I did. I know, right? That was a big one, but yep. No, but yes, I'm glad I did it. Now, I'll be following up again this week. It's one of the tasks for this week. I didn't call Jack, um, in during last week. So, and I did my stuff this morning. I was like, oh. So I texted her today, and so hopefully she'll get back to me. So I did that this morning. What?
Go ahead.
And the episode ideas. Oh wait, and then it's a little small here. Insta did not follow through with that. Didn't post it Thursday, and didn't send it Thursday. I ended up working on it and was sending it today and tried sending it, and it didn't it didn't work. So I was trying to get it done so I could say I did it, but I didn't. So
but you worked on it, right?
Oh yeah, I'm realizing I'm trying to work with a new program so that I can make it easier. This is like so far, I got to figure out the quickest, fastest way. I don't want my Instagram posting to take hours. I want it to take 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, you did attempt it, correct, on the Instagram stuff?
Oh yeah. Well, I would say this morning I did. It ate up a bunch of my time and messed up my schedule because I didn't keep my schedule last week. I should have kept it.
Okay.
So I was busy backtracking, which didn't help me.
From vacation time?
Um, yeah.
Okay. So what do
But
you
if go ahead.
I was gonna say, what do you see for yourself? Or one of the more common questions, like what'd you make more important? Not just for the Insta stuff, but for there's a theme from last week, right? You didn't get a few things done that you said you did. You still got some stuff done, so I'm not, but what do you think was the major cause for last week?
Being on vacation with my mom, helping her out.
I was not on vacation with your mom, but I had vacation too.
Yeah. Well, you weren't there. What are you talking about?
Um, but yeah, it's like when we take some time off and then we get back, it's like I have an expectation like you just jump back into things, but that's not how it is. You know,
Right.
like it's like if you take your bike off the chain because you hit a bump or you're doing maintenance, sometimes it takes a minute to get back on those spokes. So,
Yeah.
okay, so what do you want to acknowledge yourself for? Like what went well last week? What'd you do that was good?
Being with my mom, I ended up diving into some of those. Well, first was just being of service to her, and then lots of conversation, which was really good around my dad's passing, just about her and building our relationship. That was really positive. And butted heads, but near the end of the week made me really nervous. Sure enough, all this old baggage shit came up. Really showed me where I was at, how far I have come, and then really tried to see if me and my mom could evolve our relationship.
Wonderful.
First session of conflict. A little nervous. I walked away okay, but I wasn't sure. I definitely felt it was interesting how I felt the anxiety, internal stuff of in my body and from the past, and then was hopeful. Didn't sleep very well. Woke up and was like hoping I could tell my mom was a little off now, and then just try to be really positive, lean into it, and be like positive, like not let it affect us, which is part of practicing a new way of being with her, to not let things, an unresolved situation take away from the joy and the friendship. Because that's one thing my family had was an old pattern of there's a healthy pattern of always working, trying to work stuff out. But in my family, it was almost it was a way of solving anxiety and making sure everything's good, trying to control things. And so
Yeah.
it built an anxious behavior that didn't enable me to just flow when things aren't perfect and always trying to be working everything out. And that was a good practice for me, and I was stoked. I'm stoked we went through it. And then sure enough, in the morning, tried to get out, and we ended up having another one. And but broke through that, man. I was surprised. So I was really stoked. I again really saw where I've come. My
Cool.
stuff. Fully support my mom. She's still, you know, she's almost 80, still evolving as a person, as a human. Beautiful to see. So that was really cool. So
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Yeah, we're not done growing until we're in the dirt. So then we're growing some flowers.
I
So
know, man. Although some people check out and don't want to learn, they're just stubborn as fuck.
yeah, yeah. It was really just quick side story. So um the couch, I told you what happened with the couch. I tried to push and shove, and like I ended up breaking the stair with because of that. It's because I was impatient. I was also excited, and I wanted to get my thing now, like a little kid, like that little booger came out. And then this past Friday, what happened was the chair that I got was supposed to be here on Friday, and I literally saw the Amazon Prime guy drive by, and then I checked on the thing and it said, "Oh, I couldn't find your place. We'll reattempt on Monday." And I felt all of this like anger and like frustration of like, "Nah, I want it now. Like, give it to me." Like a little 5-year old, a little 2-year old, like, give me my thing and stuff.
I want it.
I want it now. And so I was joking with my friend Luann, who I've been doing some coaching with too, and we were both joking with each other because she was saying the same thing, like, I want it, and I feel like I'm just a big baby sometimes, and I just want my stuff the way I want it, and I'm gonna whine and moan and complain, like a little toddler. And we're joking because we were both seeing that in ourselves. And then I went to church this Sunday, and the sermon, the first like 3 minutes, that he was showing crying babies, like, I want it my way.
Ah, that's great.
I was like, oh, that's perfect. So it was awesome. All right, let's jump into this week. Side story complete. All right, 4/7, 4/14. All right, we have nothing. Nothing. What's going on? Shame, guilt, horrible stuff. What's going
Huh.
on?
Huh. Did I
Did,
put it in the wrong thing?
did you put in the wrong thing? Um, Spring equinox, February, March.
Check hold on a sec. Yeah, no, I copy pasted it.
3/17, 3/24. Oh,
Unless it didn't. Oh, unsaved. My thing just said unsaved changes.
oh, okay. So go ahead and save them, and then I'll refresh on my end.
Hmm. Oh, there it goes. Oh, weird. Okay, let's see. So, all right, refresh and let me know.
There we go. Look at that.
Look at that. The program works.
I take your shame away.
Thank you.
All right, run me through this. What's on the agenda for this week?
Um, the Monday through Friday, 8 to 10. Text Brad, clock in with the green dot. Email my tax accountant for an update on what she sees as my taxes. Start preparing the 2023 financials because I'm going to send her those. Contact Nate again about the website updates. I already did that but waiting for him, hopefully to finalize the strategy or updating some of the web page. So once that's phase one, just getting a hold of him, getting committed, and then I'll probably have a breakdown of next week what I'm trying to accomplish
Okay.
with that. With edit copy on the transition page. I want to change the copy. I want to edit it. I use some modern editing tools with all those AI editing tools. So I'm gonna try a couple different versions, see what they pop out for me.
All right.
Um, Jen Speaks audio Tuesday night. I have one that, oh yeah, that was what I recorded. I didn't tell you guys that. Me and my mom and my son did the Generation Speaks recording on Thursday because I forgot to put that on there as one of the things I had set to do with my mom. Oh, dude, it was so great. She did so good. It rocked. Like I'm looking forward to editing that. So that was cool. My son and my mom ended up just going off talking and it was cracking me up. All right, you too.
That's
So
really,
that was, yeah, it was cool.
you'll really treasure that later, you know? So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, so I gotta edit that. Got Jax meeting up with her, waiting for her to pick a date. I sent her some times. Dagan, I have my thing this Thursday with Dagan. I believe it's this Thursday. Yeah, I'll put that in there anyways, meet with him. And then I have a meeting. One of my things was last week, meet with Eric. And that's really, really cool. So I got another fellow. So I've been really hoping within the Kid Advocate network, I was going to be able to get a collaborator, someone that would want to lean into the just to give back attitude because it's obviously something you can't pay, and don't really intend to pay in this one part framework that I'm doing. He just was really inspired. He's just committed to the project, so really good to have that. And so he's committed to meeting every Friday, which is really exciting. So he's gonna be collaborating in this one part of my that I'm developing.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Um,
excited about.
so inside of all those meetings, do you know you know, what your agenda and outcome that you want for all of those meetings? Like if they were SMART goals too,
Right, right.
something like that.
Yeah. Um, nah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I haven't put some SMART goals to it. At least with the Friday one, I should. Jax is that one is just she reached out to me because she saw one of my posts. That was good. I can tell she's got her own business. I have a feeling it's going to be exchanging business things. I think she's just, we'll find out. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have an outcome other than to connect because we used to work at the farm together. So, I'm looking forward to seeing that. So, yeah, those are pretty solid. Just, I think I'll make a smart goal for the Eric Furman meeting.
Okay. Yeah, I was just seeing these and I was just trying to just be as intentional as possible on what you're creating inside of it, right? So, okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Let me jump into mine. All right, so let me run through last week's. Um, all right, so I did do the business days, Monday through Friday. Actually, no, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't do Monday because I was traveling. I didn't do that. I was looking at this and I realized that I didn't check these off last week as I normally do. And it's because I was coming off that week of vacation. So it's the same thing, like my spokes were getting back on the wheel. Um, so let's see here. I did not do download the YouTubes or download these conversations and upload them to Zoom or upload them to YouTube. And I think I have a meaning behind that they won't make a difference or they're not going to work or something like that. But I'm going to put that aside and I'll get those done. Um, last week. I
I
didn't.
didn't capture that. Say that again. What's your story behind why you didn't do it?
I think as I was saying that and like thinking about it,
Yeah.
I think I have that no one's gonna watch it, and so it's not that important. Um, but that's not. I can't control that. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, again, I don't think that, what's your commitment to posting it?
no, it has nothing to do with my commitment. I'm just saying
Hmm.
my narrative ran the show inside of that. And yeah, so I will get those updated or uploaded and um put on because I said so. Period. Right?
Yep.
Um I didn't make an offer in the F3 community last week. I kind of felt like I didn't want to spam the group too much because yeah, that's why I didn't do it. Um, that's what's underneath that for me. All right, so I did do my visualizations each morning and reading, and you'll see in this next week I changed this to something called Savers. It's the same thing, but I use an acronym because it's a book I read a while ago, and that acronym is called Savers. It stands for a routine you do in the morning called silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, and reading, and then scribing. So it takes a little bit of time in the morning, but it's how I've been starting my morning, and I like it. It just helps ground me and it helps give me like, oh, I need to check this off, check this off, check this off. Okay, cool, I'm good, right? So, anyways, that's good. What was good last week was I got uh the webinar slides all done. And I don't think I put this in there, but I need to get that done, put that Facebook ads. I don't know why that wasn't in there, but I got that done. Um, I had I ran my Facebook ads last week for the first time, uh, and I got zero results from it. And so
Mm-hmm.
now, which is actually kind of expected the first run. So tomorrow I'll meet with the marketing coach and we'll go over those results and we'll go over how things were set up. And then we're going to start the tweaking process to get it better. So
Mm-hmm.
this whole process is me really bringing a really direct light on I want to get it done really fast and I don't want to follow instructions and I want to just have the results now mindset. And this is really bringing like a laser to that. And it's like, yeah, this is what you do. You say you want to do something, then you do it for 10 seconds, and then you complain a week later when everybody knows it takes 5 days to do that thing. And
Mm-hmm.
you spent 10 minutes on it, right? So,
Right.
anyways, that's it's a powerful exercise, and I'm having to manage that little impatient voice in my head that says, okay. And it's really confronting my commitment voice too, of like, oh, switch gears, do something else. So it's really kind of putting me in my seat going, I said I was going to do this. I got, oh, but I should try something else, So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. All right. So let's jump into this week.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. I
Okay.
got some questions. No, no worries. I think I'll just wait to the end because then I'll see what you got going this week.
All right. So, 4 hours each day. Working on those. I did do that today. I do want to get the accountability. I will get the accountability. I will put these videos up. Um, Being playful has been something I am committed to, and it's like my intention. Like when I show up and I'm playful, it makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that
Nice.
mindset for me, right? And
Yeah.
then I already made a free offer in the community this morning for the F3 community. That's my client creation time. Um, and I was looking at to go back into like uh, this is April, right? Um, oh, I'm working on my emails and my funnel. So right now, where I'm at in my funnel creation is I'm creating the emails that are going to be sent out to people, and I'm making tweaks to the ads and to the registration page. So I need to add that in here for this week. Um, Something like that. That's what I'm putting up. And then yeah, okay. Actually, it's not 20. I need to write 12. Trying to think here. I'm trying to balance
No worries.
I'm trying to balance that little voice that wants to push and force. And here's what's going on in my head is that um a part of this plan is having 20 emails that go out to people after they register for this webinar, right? And I'm I'm now on my third revision of my first email, working with the copywriter in this program. And it's getting easier to understand what he's asking for. But my little voice is like, well, you're not you don't have the first one down, and how can you get the rest of them done and have those pretty dialed in? I don't want to say the word right or perfect. How can you get the others done when you don't even have the first one done? So that's the voice that's in my head right now. So
Well, I think yeah, go for it. Revisit it. I mean, I know right now you're doing a check-in kind of a thing. Looks to me like you kind of, yeah, need to update. Here's my reflection back. So this is what I'd like to
okay, so email. So
collaborate with you on so that I give in so that you have the kind of support you need. Tell me when you're ready.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I think I'm looking for clarity around this, kind of along our theme and focus. So even just if I just apply, a lens on this, my first thing is I see like it feels like a long list, right? And so it's like, nice. But it's 4 hours a day. So like 4 hours a day that you have listed. So it's like, okay, so 4 hours of what? Let's scroll down. Accountability conversation from Zoom, upload video to YouTube. How long is that going to take? That's going to take like,
It's an hour.
it takes an hour to download that?
No, I'm saying in total probably take because there's three.
No,
Normally
okay,
it takes
right. You plug it
10
in, right? And download. It takes a while to download, but as far as
and it takes a little while to upload and process too.
right, I'm with you. Because but you mean you do other things while it's doing it, right?
Mhm.
It's more, it's click and play. It takes probably
Yeah.
5 minutes for each video, but I get the processing thing takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing a review of that. So I would say that's there. You have 4 hours. So for 4 hours to be playful, totally don't
That's
think
just
that's
that's I don't know how to put that in there, but it's super fucking important for me. If I
it's
am
not, no, again, I'm not negating it, whatever. Like, believe me, no, I'm not saying I love it. I think it's awesome. But it's all you're saying is like, oh, be positive. This is an affirmation kind of a thing. It's not something to get done. It's not something you're gonna be able to hand me. It's an affirmation. So
it's
I think
it's just part
I
of
don't I don't I don't think you should take it out. I'm not saying that at all. So I see this is what I'm putting the lens on, like as like your team man, we are managing helping each other get our business accomplished. I'm like, good. I'm hoping you're going to be playful. That's rad. Remind yourself to be playful and show up and have a positive attitude. Sick. Same thing with your morning savers. That's not even really, is that really a part of work? Is that something you're going to say, hey, because so for my check-in on that, it's like I would be like, it's an affirmation piece, right? You're doing this meditative piece, right?
it's how I set up my day. Yeah.
Right.
I'm setting this as a habit that sets the foundation of my day, and I want to be accountable for it.
Nice. So see, I think that's super wise. I would throw out there, would you want your employee doing that on the clock, kind of a concept? Would you say, hey, yep, come in, guys, you get to clock in, and then how long is your morning saver? Like a 20-minute thing or 15-minute thing?
It depends. It's probably a good hour.
So okay, so okay, so
It's my morning routine.
right. Okay. So reflection back. So I would say, hey, my employees can come in and they clock in, and for an hour, they get to do a morning saver on the clock. Would you want to pay people to do that? Or you say, hey, do your medit.
I don't want to go down that road. I want this on there, and this is the mindset that I'm working into the to put me in a mindset for my days to create the habits so I could be successful in the business.
And
Uh,
so, but I'm helping reflect back and I can
yeah,
see the agitation and I respect it. But
yeah,
that's why you want the feedback. Do what you want, but you're saying 4 hours worked. And that's why I'm giving a reflection back, a translation. About 4 hours worked on Sparks. And
yeah,
so this is the reflection I'm giving you. So you would want to pay somebody to do that because you're paying your time is money. It's in a sense, it's in business mindset. You're seeing what you're producing. And I would say I would lean, not saying again, not saying take it off, but I'm saying this is what you're putting in as things you're accomplishing. And I'm great. That's meditation or mindset, or I get up and I spend an hour running, whatever. I don't see that. I'm throwing it back there or throwing it out there to ask you to. I know if I was hiring you, I'd be pushing back a little bit. I'm like, good, cool, that's the way you're doing. I'd be like, meaning hiring, when I say hiring you, like manager, I'd be like, yeah, no, glad you're preparing yourself to focus on your day and do some kind of ritual thing. Yeah, let's do that. But yeah. So anyways, I don't in this, you've already the check off. So for 4 hours a day right now, what I see on your list is it's going to take you, you've already spent four, so you've got another 16 hours to update webinar
yeah. I'm
and
working.
write five solid emails.
Yeah, that's just taking up a lot of time. There's a lot of stuff that goes in with it. There's a lot of back and forth. Uh, we've got 4 calls during the week that I'm on that are a part of the 4 hours of the work week. I didn't put this in there, but I did add in the client creation time from 9 to 11, which is a part of the 2 hour, which is a part of the 4 hours, but that's like reaching out to people, checking up on people.
So is there a reason you're not putting that in there? That's something that you can be
It's
held accountable for. Like that you're saying, like, oh, this is my job.
yeah, so
because one of the things that we've been pressing each other to do is that it's a SMART goal. It's something attainable. It actually directly has to do with the job. And so I'm giving you a feedback loop right now to go.
I don't want
And
to
when I
hear it. I want
exactly,
more.
I know I'm asking honest, straightforward questions that don't seem to match up for, all right, cool. Like I'm going to, in during a 4 hour day, this is what I'm doing.
So where my brain gets a little locked up is like, it's got to be perfect and it's got to be right. So this client creation time is a part of the 4 hours. It's, you know, but also what's also a part of the 4 hours, is those meetings that I'm sitting and learning about some of this marketing, that I'm learning about, writing some of these emails, or writing these emails, or updating the webinar and such. Um, so, um, so
I hear you. I guess again, you may not like it, but like I'm just curious if you give me your coaching insight right now. If my thing, all I had on my thing was work from 8 to 10 on there, and then I said I do yoga for 30 minutes, and then I said
this, yeah, go ahead. I mean, this is all before my
if I did that, and then that was it, what would your encouragement be to me then? If
well,
all you saw was like, well, Aaron, okay, I don't quite understand. What are you doing in those 8 to 2
yeah,
hours?
yeah. I see where you're pointing to, and I'm working through my resistance, and like, well, you look at yours, and like, yours is just the same as mine, and blah.
Well, I only have 2 hours a day, and then I'm like, that's what I was wondering. I'm actually starting to say, okay, I'm pushing for more and more stuff that I got to do because I'm like, okay, this has got I'm producing right now only 10 hours of work in here, and I'm like, oh, this isn't gonna take because then you're able to go, did you get this done? Did you do that? So yeah, you can resist if you want, no worries. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm giving you the lens.
So restate your question so I can answer it out. My ego's getting in the way.
Um, what what is this? Like I said, I mean, personally, you present it any way you want, but your SMART goal, 4 hours worked on business is
Mhm.
not a SMART goal. Morning savers is not a SMART goal. Updating webinar and ad in such a way that it gets 100 registrations easily in April 2025. That sounds more like a SMART goal. Write 5 solid emails done, if not more. That sounds like a SMART goal. So
So we started to put in the 4 hours because I would put things in, and then it was didn't seem like it'd be enough time, right? So my perfectionism wants to come out inside of this process, and the 4 hours is like a it's an easy way to say I'm going to work on the business for 4 hours, right? Um, where I'm at right now is I got to write these emails and I got to get this webinar updated, and that's and reach out to people. Um, and then the other thing that comes up too is like battling with, do I want to do that?
cool. Well, we can stop because I think one thing you sent out email this or text this weekend. I'm experiencing a lot of resistance from you that, in my opinion, doesn't match the Coach Brad that I know. So I'm
I'm
curious.
trying to, yeah, I'm trying to get,
This perfectionist thing, that doesn't ride with me. No, that's some of the story. No, dude, you don't have direct smart. It's not a complicated thing that we're saying, in my opinion. We both need to know what a smart goal is, right? And
it,
I feel like you just don't want to be accountable for it. That's kind of if I drop the bomb. Like if you list it, then you're like, God, okay, I got to show that I did that. Client creation time. I'm like, okay, cool. Did you do your client creation time? And on Monday. and you're
Well,
going to be out.
it gets me into this. I'm experiencing the resistance right now too. So I am present to it.
Nice.
And um here's my client creation time. Let me show you. And thanks for your patience too. So this is what I put in for client creation time, right? Do one or more of the following: connect with people, serve people powerfully, create powerful conversations, curious. Like I just copied these from basically the book that I've been reading on this, on when you're creating conversations, when you're creating coaching clients, right? Things to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Could be fleshed out a little more. Um,
No, sell me on, dude. I love it. Again, I've been inspired by some of the path you're going down,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you need to sell me on it so that I'm like, okay, so this is what I'm saying. The kind of work you're doing, when I read that thing, client, what does that equal? Client creation time
Yeah, these are
equals
the kind of like, this needs to be fleshed out further, but
your
um,
connect with people daily. Is that, wait, is that,
yes,
sorry,
yeah,
let me,
sorry.
I'm trying to track understanding. Because it's like you kind of brought out for me, like when I said, you said, oh, what does that meeting look like? And it was pretty simple. I'm like, yeah, fair. That makes sense. I should do a SMART goal for it so that I'm going into that and I actually have directives that I can come out with, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm trying
And
to do the
so
same
I'm
thing with
trying to understand your
yeah.
language. And
Um,
I think that's what you want. Yeah, client creation. Yeah. So okay, so you have client. That's your what you're saying. You're going to do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that's this breakdown right here.
yeah, yeah, and these could be specified with better actions that are more SMART goal related. Like
Right, right, right.
maybe
Cool.
it's the blog post, or maybe it's this. Um,
Well, I see make invitations. That's an action. Is that, am I right? Follow up on somebody.
yeah, like I
That's
did
an
do,
action.
like I did do that this morning. Um,
Yeah.
so some of those things don't take very long, but then this is where how my brain works. Like it wants to figure out this stuff to the nth degree on some of this, and
Uh,
like journal out and write it all out. And that's why the 4 hours, like that's been working, because it's like, okay, I need to push myself to do 4 hours of work, find out whatever that is. But there's also a little bit of laziness that comes inside of that too, if I'm being honest. Like it's like, oh, okay,
appreciate. Yeah, good.
yeah. So
That's where I think the resistance is coming. To be honest.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you want to keep recording, or do you want to? Because we can go into a little bit more. Uh, um,
No, I'm totally fine.
work,
This,
internal work. Because I would probably I
I'm,
try and
yeah,
if you don't mind, I mean, I guess maybe I don't want it because I'd rather be more. I'd rather switch into some of our men's work right now.
well,
But
fine.
I'm okay. I'll bring it. I'll bring it. I just didn't
Yeah.
know if you like you
Well,
want it to be.
that's the whole purpose of.
But I think the coaching thing. I don't know. Are you? Aren't you trying to just show, hey, this is what a coaching program can do? Like,
Yeah, well, the raw honesty of it is like, um, if I coach someone and say we're I'm trying to help them get a new job, right? And they're
yeah.
stuck in the process. There's something that's going on underneath for that person. They're stuck for a reason. They don't know, right? There's something underneath, and it's causing them to repeat those same patterns. That's exactly
Hmm.
what's going on here with me right now.
Yeah. Fair.
Like there's a resistance to.
There is. Okay, got you. You want to keep going? We're good. I'm there. So okay,
Yeah,
so what
yeah.
do you think
Do the men's work on me.
let's do it. So what do you what are you feeling? I'm feeling a few things, but I'm not going to go into them. So I'll just do the questioning. Like, what do you think is the resistance when I started saying,
Well, let me
you know,
and let me go into the feeling of when you were pushing me a little bit, because what I felt was that, like, just let me fucking do it. Like this is like just, I already figured this out. I know what I'm fucking doing. Getting these emails done. I'm getting this webinar done.
oh, I'm a
You know,
grown ass man. Leave me alone.
yeah, it's somewhere in the realm of that. Somewhere in that realm of that little 4-year-old, like, no, no way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get a shoo, stay away.
Yeah, like, give my go. So Anyway, so that's what shows up, right? And um it's like I'm doing what I think is the best way to do it, right?
Yeah.
And um and I do acknowledge that I'm making progress inside of all of this. Like within the last
Yes.
2 weeks, like
Yeah.
got a webinar done, I got, Facebook ad done. I'm in the middle of testing that. I'm,
I want to see the webinar. You gonna send that to me?
absolutely not. Um,
You're like, no, you have too many fucking opinions.
no, no, no. Actually, I can send it to you. I need to send it to you in a different type of way because right now we're in the middle of testing numbers,
Mm,
and the coaching team said, "Don't send this to your friends.
ah,
Because we want to know who is really clicking on this and who is really registering, and
oh, smart.
we can't have friends and family going, ah, it looks so great, well, wonderful,
Yeah.
because you're
Nope.
not connecting with friends and family. I'm connecting with complete strangers who have no clue who I am, don't know me from an ass from a hole in the ground, and are they going to waste their time listening to what I have to say, right? So, um, yeah, I have a video. I'm trying to think of another way I could send it to you. Oh, I got it.
No, no, no worries. I get it. That made a lot of sense. The testing thing. So
Anyways,
go with
okay.
it. I'll
Uh,
see it soon enough.
yeah, so what was coming up was like, oh, I just did this again, and um, uh, like my morning savers. Yeah, like um, maybe there's a better way to save that or say that, but it really does tightly integrate with my day, right? I'm trying to walk the walk of saying what I say and doing what I do. And that's how I start my day. And that's what I recommend to people too. It's like to start your day with an intention and to be powerful about it. And I want to be accountable to doing that. Is it exactly my work for like to get a client? No. And in a way, it sets me up to serve people powerfully because started my day. Like that's at least how I believe, right?
No,
Um,
I think I would not want to undermine that at all. So what I am pushing, and this is what I think through through knowing you, is I can tell with you, you need to have a clear, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. I believe you need to have a clear, and this is from your feedback, your expressions. You need to have a clear thing when you're working and when you're not. Because you've said, dude, I get distracted. I usually start tangling off into stuff. And so you need that clear accountability. This is work. This is why I'm accountable for it. It's like, I'm working right now. I'm working. I'm doing work. And then when you
yeah,
start going into other stuff, you're like, nope, this isn't a work. This isn't a work generator. This isn't generate. What it does is that generates you the right spirit, the right energy, the right focus, the right stuff. And that's what you would coach someone to do. But you would say, hey, what's your diet like? What's your exercise like? How are you sleeping at night? Like that's the kind of stuff. But when they show up to clock in so that they can be present for the craft of whatever craft they're doing,
yeah,
you're creating. I would be throwing to you, and I know in my business, my process is I'm like, yeah, no, sorry guys, that's don't clock in yet. I think that's great. We'll do that or whatever, but that's not a clock in behavior. That's not generating the company business or money. That's not,
um,
you're trying to generate, you're not doing a ministry. You're trying to create a business that has cost and expenses, has a profit loss statement to it. It has expenses, and your labor is one of your identifiers. How long does it take to do this? How long does it take, you know, and that isn't something that's generating specifically money.
mm, yes. Yeah, I'm trying to really like sit with and see what that. I think it's just. I think I had this done, and then to get the pushback, that little toddler showed up again. Oh, which by the way, I want to show you something. Hold on.
Well, do you think too, like really, I mean, go ahead, show me. Keep going. I just want to keep our conversation
Oh no,
rolling.
it's just I made a picture of me as a toddler crying.
Oh, as you were talking to me?
Oh, not when I was
No.
talking to you for last week. Yeah.
Oh. I was like, you're good.
Um, because me and my friend Luann were joking about it, and then I was like, "Oh, I could use ChatGPT to do this."
Oh my gosh, my family got into using ChatGPT or the AI to like turn a bunch of photographs into cartoons. Ah,
Can you see it?
that is on the mic. Yeah, you're awesome and just screaming. That is so good.
It's like
How
this.
did that looks really good. That's hilarious.
I kind of look like, whatever. I look like a little toddler.
Yeah, totally. Uh, but I mean,
Anyway,
okay, Brad, I don't want to see, I don't believe you should be getting discouraged or I know that I feel that because you need to also hear the praise that I'm saying don't take that off because I think you're leaning into something that you know serves you
yeah,
and makes you present for what you're doing. I'm in trying to cultivate in you. Don't say that that's clocking in or part of your 4 hours because you when you look at what you're doing, that's you have this big long list, and you
yeah.
know,
I guess there's a mix. I guess there's a mix, um, in my mind. Well, here's the thing: is like I wanted to be, I am committed to doing that morning routine,
right?
and I wanted to use this as a part of that, right? And I wanted to say to you, I'm doing this, and this is helping me, and I know it's not strictly like a business related thing. Um, but I don't want to create another accountability program or another list. I wanted to put it in here. Um, does it
Well,
make
I'm throwing it out there. I maybe okay. Let's play with this. There's other things that we're doing. So this is to me a soul work in a sense. I'd use that language, right? If that works with you. You have some other things that you've been holding me accountable that we do and been doing on the side. That's soul work. That's helping us in our own development as humans.
yeah.
Um, I you could be easily I'm more than willing to be like, hey, how's those morning savers going? Are you been keeping those consistent? And you could do this, just do a simple thing of you could send me if you wanted to. Yep, I sent there in the check. Yes, you could send me a morning, you could probably find a emoticon that's a lifesaver. It's a little icon of a lifesaver, and you send it to me every morning. And I'm like, when I see it, I'll be like, oh, his morning saver. Yeah, no, and I'm really trying to help you. I think too, here's a thought, and I might be wrong. I think visually you see that list, even though you're doing the 4 hours worked each day. I think you see that list and it looks like, ooh, cool, I'm getting a lot done. And then you get to see all those checks and you get to see all that. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
it's a little bit,
There's definitely that. Like I will like make up a list and like I like to
yeah,
off, you know.
yep. So I think there's a little bit of that that something going on inside you that I think I'm bringing out in you that's saying what's making you feel yeah it's like because then you feel like you're doing something, you're getting something done, but are you really are you is that really providing you with a client? Because the stuff that's scary is calling people, doing the follow-ups, you know, reaching out,
Yeah,
doing the
not
marketing.
not there's I'm tracking with what you're saying there. Um and I I want to do the scary stuff and the follow up, like I did follow up with people today and I had conversations. Um, the reality is I'm still learning how to make an offer for myself for the business, right? Um, the reality is I did think about this before I started this, and I said, I don't want to do it like I did last time. I want a system in which I can use and reliably use that when I turn it on, I can expect to get so many phone calls or so many emails inquiring about my services. And that's what I'm creating right now. That with the marketing plan and the emails and the webinar and stuff. Um, is there other things I can do? I guess so, and I guess there's still some fear there around of like, there's still a little bit of fear of like, um, there's still like a couple pinkies or a couple fingers that are still on the dock. Does that make sense?
Of not, yeah, you mean the
Like,
doc of not even wanting to do this?
yeah. So if I'm in the boat and I said, okay, I'm getting on the boat, and this is my commitment boat, and this is I'm gonna get on this boat to, create the business, right?
Yep.
I got my bags in there, I got my stuff in there. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this, and I still got, I'm still like, let's go back to shore.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yeah. That's what I sense. I totally sense that.
and I can still get a job or something if I really want it.
Yep. I agree. That's what I'm sensing.
And I am resistant and scared um to what that's going to look like. Yeah.
I'm reading your message. That was the thing. I'm trying to remember. You came up with like, hey, I think I'm doing too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm having a realization that I put too much on myself and I want to flush out. Da, 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 da. Yeah, well, I think this is where like the men's work piece comes in, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
in relation to that, it's like, I was thinking about
hmm.
uh learning Spanish, and I've got these Bible groups and all this stuff. Um and I'm just some of it's getting to like a point of like, okay, well, I'm doing as good as I can, and how do I manage this? And this is part of me trying to self-contain and try to do it right and get it perfect in some respects and manage all the other aspects of my life too. Um, yeah,
Yeah, man. I'm not I'm obviously refraining a little bit and trying to do right by you by using good words. I will switch into a simple, don't take it personal. I'm gonna switch into a like a football coach mode. Okay.
yeah.
Old
You do
school.
not you
No,
do not have to like withhold
pre
yourself.
I don't know. No, I just want to say I want you to feel this experience because this isn't totally me. I think it's worth the context of going visualizing a coach that coaches are learning how to help people. They're how to inspire people and inspire guys to get what they want, right? But there's this other part. It's like a coach is gonna like condense where they can put their energy the most effectively, you know? And I'm just sensing and putting this in perspective. It's like, dude, yeah, you did define your goals. You're looking in the 3 month thing. So I bring you back to your first vision of what you wrote. This is the pattern that we said to do. You start off with your your big goal. This is what you want and do it. I'm here to tell you you're not on track for your big goal. So you need to do some assessment. That's what the accountability is for. You have a big goal. You need to be generating enough income so you don't have to work. The ability to get that to happen is going to require you to have very distinct things that said, this is generating that income, and then start really nailing that down. And I think you're afraid to really put that in because I would say you should stop swimming back to the dock. Yeah, you've let go. You just kind of you let go and then you get going, then you kind of like turn around and you swim back. You let go and then you go. You'll come up and this is the language of Brad. You'll let go. Oh, I have a new realization. And then you're paddling out, and then you're like, oh, and then you kind of have this and then you kind of want to pat back and touch the dock a little bit and think about it. And no, dude, you are super solid, super insightful. You know what it takes to get it done, and you just got to do it. And I get that you're afraid in some areas, and I just want you to know I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
And
because I
then
can
so
turn around and tell you the same thing and it'd be the same
yeah,
conversation.
right. And that's what I've been feeling it. And you do
I
it.
think that's why we're
There's
doing this because we're good partners in it.
yeah, you've had a few moments that you're just like, boom, okay, you gotta get this done. And I've just really been switching gears, mainly because that's for my spring commitment, dude. So much is coming my way right now. It's intense. And my spring commitment, it did set an intention and I can tell. And there's a beauty in spring and that summer, right? It's cyclical, right? So you get a push and then pretty soon things balance out and then they go into decay and then we have to start over again, which is great. That's cyclical
Okay.
growth.
What's the K?
Huh?
What's the K?
Decay.
Oh,
Decay.
DK.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Yeah. So
yes,
yeah, I just want
I
there,
agree
there,
with you. I guess I'm just frustrated right now because I've just got the webinar done. I was a little disappointed to get any registrations inside of it. But I the coaching I'm getting around is like, you're right, that's actually fine. It's perfect. He goes, we don't coach to get these things done the first time. We coach to get it out the door and to start iterating the process because they never are perfect the first time. He goes, you just have to do the work. And then we start to course correct as soon as you start to get this out the door. And then, you keep working it and keep
is
evolving.
he giving you since you're paying him, is he giving you course correct directives? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so what are my course? I've got 20 hours this week to put into this. What are some course correct directives I can be doing?
Right now it's writing the emails.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I write them and so the way they work is you put them, you there's a whole
I don't
set.
have time. Sorry, bro. Someone just called. I got to get to it. So I got
Anyway,
to cut you off. To do that, yeah, set that goal. Set that as a SMART goal. How long is that email? How many emails can you write?
that's what those emails. I put that as a SMART goal.
Perfect. Like how many emails can you write? And it says write 5 solid emails, and that's in 1 week. So is that reasonable, or can you do 2 of those in 2 days? Like, I mean, what is
I wrote like 10 last week, but I have to rewrite them all because they're not up to where they need to be. So
cool? So, anyways, I think I'll let it go. I know I think the feedback was,
so thank you.
yeah, cool, man. Yeah, I think, and I want you to feel really reassured that I think I'm sensing from you, you are in line with your morning savers that you need to do, being playful. Like these are these things that you're clicking into to enable you to also pull the warrior out in you, so that you go, okay, right.
That's where I'm at right now. And it's just, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
cool, buddy.
Cool.
All right,
All
thanks.
right, bud.
All right, later. Hey,
See
call
ya.
me later if you get a chance, either today or tomorrow, and we could talk about the other stuff too. So,
Perfect. Yeah, I might be able to. Oh yeah, you're almost bed, right? All right, well, let's talk tomorrow. You call me tomorrow morning when it works for you.
okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All
See you,
right.
bud.